Apple's Dynamic Island is one of the best, if not the best addition to the iPhone within the last 10 years. And believe it or not, some people still don't know how to properly use it. It's not just a random camera cutout, it's quite literally a whole power hub just hiding in plain sight. So in this video, I'm gonna go over some of the most useful and hidden ways that you can use your Dynamic Island on your iPhone. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the Dynamic Island, what even is it? This little island is basically Apple's way of turning a hardware limitation, aka the camera cutout, into something that is actually useful. Basically what it does is it gives you quick, glanceable info into things such as phone calls, battery health, music, etc. without having to actually open the respective apps. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you may actually have your live activities for your Dynamic Island turned off. To turn it on, what you have to do is go to your settings, go to apps, go to live activities, and just turn it on. And believe it or not, a lot of people don't actually know that they have their live activities off. So if you were one of those people, you're welcome. So now let's talk about Apple's built-in uses for the Dynamic Island. And these are everyday apps that we all use that actually pair well with the island. First up is music. Now, if you play music on Spotify or Apple Music, the Dynamic Island is such a perfect control hub. So for example, I'm just gonna go to Spotify and I'm gonna play this song, A Keeper by Drake. And then if I slide up like that, the song and its live waveform will show up in the Dynamic Island. And if I hold it, then I can get full access to the controls such as skip, airplay, pause, and play, all without even having to open the app. It's super quick, it's minimal, and it just looks gorgeous. Now next up is gonna be timers and the multitasking with timers. So let's say I have music playing and I also wanna set a timer for, let's say, about 10 minutes. I can do that. And surprisingly, they will both show up on my Dynamic Island. And let's say I just want to see my timer and don't want to see my music. All I have to do is swipe to the right and it'll get rid of the music. And all I can see now is the timer. And if I don't want to see either of them, I just swipe to the right again and it goes away. Now, I really love to cook and I like to set a timer for whatever's in the oven or whatever's on the pan, while also listening to music. And while doing this, I just glance at the timer icon at the top because it moves in real time. So I know roughly when the timer is about to end, which is perfect because I don't even need to open the clock app to do so. Now, the next Apple built-in way to use the Dynamic Island is with Apple Maps and Google Maps because they both have directions that show up on top. For example, if I'm browsing through playlists, I can see when my next turn is and even what turn I have to make. And let's say I want to end my route, all I have to do is hold the Dynamic Island like so and just click end route. Next up is going to be calls, Face ID, and the use of your AirPod. So let's say you're getting a phone call like so. You can answer or decline directly from the Dynamic Island instead of the phone call taking up your whole screen. Even when it goes to voicemail like so, it gives you a little voicemail icon. Now, if you're purchasing something from the App Store or you need something where Face ID is used to authenticate, it works seamlessly with the Dynamic Island. And last but not least, and my personal favorite, is when I connect my AirPods, it shows this beautiful AirPods animation as well as the battery health of the AirPods. So these are just the little things that Apple does that makes your iPhone feel a little bit more premium. And like I said at the start, these are apps that we all use every single day. So we might as well use it with the Dynamic Island if we don't already do so. So now let's talk about the third-party apps that work well with the iPhone's Dynamic Island. So I watch a lot of sports and mainly football or soccer, if you want to call it, depends on where you are in the world. And one app that I really like to use is FootMob. And this is great because sometimes I'm working and not able to watch a match, so I'd like to know what's going on. And sometimes I'm just scrolling on my phone, but I'll still be able to see what the score is of one of my favorite games. Now, this one is a little bit embarrassing to admit, but Bet365 works fantastic with your iPhone Island because you're able to see the status of your bets. Now, for all you travelers, and I've mentioned this app even in a previous video, Flighty is a must have app. This one gives you things such as your flight status, gate changes, and even your delays directly all on your iPhone island, sometimes even before your airline even notifies you about it. And the last third-party app, and honestly one that I've been using a lot more recently, is Dynamic Notes. Now, Dynamic Notes lets you pin quick notes directly on your island. Anything from grocery lists, daily affirmations, reminders, and what you can do is just click down and hold to view, edit, or even check them off. This one works super clean, and it has helped me achieve so many things that I have to get done for the day. Now, for some pro tips and even things to avoid with your dynamic island. Number one is make sure you always are updated to the latest version of iOS. Apple is constantly updating their live activity support, and by updating to the latest version of iOS, you're ensuring that you get the newest version of your live activities. Number two is make sure you actually hold down the dynamic island to access its controls, not just tap on it. I had to explain this to my mom because she was so confused why her dynamic island wasn't working. So make sure you hold down on it. And number three is make sure you check the App Store pages of the apps that you are downloading. There are a bunch of hidden gems out there that I don't even know about that work perfectly with the iPhone's dynamic island. But that being said, here are things to avoid. And number one is avoid using any gimmicky apps. There are a ton of great apps out there, yes, but there are also a ton of useless apps out there that go in your dynamic island and that just make it look a little bit gimmicky. So make sure you avoid those ones and just use apps for utility. And number two is going to be use your dynamic island. Don't get rid of it. Make use of it. Make sure it's on in your settings. Make sure you use it when you can. If you turn it off, you're basically losing half the personality of your iPhone. So yes, this dynamic island wasn't added by Apple for no reason. It actually serves a huge purpose. It's a feature that makes your iPhone more fluid, interactive, and makes it feel a little bit more alive. And once you start using it properly, you'll never go back to fully opening apps unless you actually have to. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to drop it a like and subscribe for more tech content on the channel. Drop some comments down below as to how you guys use your dynamic island or if you guys use it at all. I have a bunch of more content coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But as for this video, that's pretty much all I have to say. It's been your boy Rush. Stay motivated, stay inspired, and stay using your dynamic island. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
That way you wanna come stay with me. I want you to come feel the pain with me. Oh, bye. I'll buy you new Prada bag. I love it when I put them tags with you. Baby, I got them racks forever. These niggas don't be my homies for real. I got on Rick on boots. Yeah, they cover my toe, but they not made of steel. I trust you, little baby, just gotta be